Have you ever felt like you are carrying a mountain on your chest, but the moment you talk about it, it feels lighter? That's the power of therapy. And sometimes just talking it out. Today, we'll explore why speaking your truth out loud can heal you more than silence ever will. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mukund. Welcome back to my episode in the Road Dog podcast. The power of therapy and talking it out. Let's dive into today's episode. Breaking the stigma. Alright? Too often, therapy is misunderstood by the people, you know, like people think if I go to therapy, then something must be wrong with me. But na. Therapy isn't about being broken, my dear people. It's about being human. Even the strongest minds need a safe space to unload from your mind. Talking to a therapist, a trusted friend, or even a journal isn't a weakness. It's a strategy, I call that. And I know this part is very hard for men, even more worse than compared to women. I know that because usually what women does is they definitely have some friends or trusted people or you know like their sisters or something will be there, so they usually talk, communicate, and they feel lighter. But for men, it's an entirely different game. Mostly men go silent. They don't want to talk about it. They just want to mask it, and eventually they go bitter. That is why I would like to enforce this once again, especially for men. Guys, nothing is wrong because holding it too much will damage you more than releasing it out. So try try talking it to someone you trust, or just try talking it to yourself. If those things don't work, I highly suggest you to book an appointment to a professional therapist or a psychiatrist and talk to your therapist. That will definitely help you unpack so much from your mind and makes it much more easier for you to heal. All right, please kindly do that. All right, especially for men. All right, why talking heals? When we stay silent, pain grows louder inside us. But the moment we give it words, we take back control of it. It's like taking it out, brings clarity, reduces the emotional weight, help us to see new solutions, reminds us we are not alone. Silence isolates people, talking connects. But mind you, people, these are very sensitive topics, especially for everyone. These should be only shared for the people you really trust with your life. If not, I highly suggest not to share with anyone, including your family members. If you don't feel like that's something trustworthy, then 100% go with the therapist that your family should not be aware of. Because I know in society and surround in our surroundings, even the word we say, oh, I see so and so therapist, or I get consultations so often, and all these things, there is a huge stigma around. It's already there. People think something is wrong with you, and all these things are there. Those are real, I know that. So that's why if you feel like you don't want to share anything with anybody, that's absolutely fine, but make sure at least you write it down, or you talk you to yourself in a mirror, or you record yourself. it will help you in one way or another to feel or make you, get that emotional weight of you. It gives so much clarity and whatnot. So just being silent doesn't help in this phase. So if nothing works, then definitely go consult, do your research and go consult a good therapist or psychiatrist. They will definitely help you out and to overcome this issue. All right. And I will give you some practical ways to talk it out. All right. These things works in real life. Number one, like I said, professional therapy. Like trained experts who listens to you without judgment. That's number one thing you can do. It's you know how thing works. Number two, trusted circle. One or two people who truly want the best for you. I know for women it might be possible, but for men, I don't think it is possible because I don't think in this generation men even have friends at this point of time, especially the true ones. We all dealt with snakes covered as friends throughout our lives. So it's very hard to find a trusted circle or trusted group of people these days. So I understand that. So don't worry about that. Anyways, creative outlets, like I said, recording yourself, journaling, like something I am doing right now, podcasting, like, right? So it all works. I mean, just pull your camera up, hit the record button, say something, and then stop recording and observe how you feel so much lighter. It works, guys. It works in some way or another. It works. So try it. Nothing's wrong. You don't need to post it on social media or anything. Just try it for your own sake, and it will definitely work. And number four, spiritual conversations. For example, a prayer can help you out, meditation, or just talking to yourself, talking to God. Sometimes that will be the purest form of therapy. We never know it works. Have you seen someone just standing there and talking to themselves and they feel much lighter? Uh, These things works, guys. Nothing to be wrong about. So you can do that. And I will also decode something. Prayer is nothing but simply talking to yourself, saying what you really mean out of this world noise or chaos. That's all it is. So it works, but don't try to like if I just said prayer. So most people think the prayer definition is so different for so many people because most of them think prayer is like I want this, I want that, God please give me this, give me that. No, that's completely wrong perception. Prayer is actually meant for you to bring back all your senses and bring back all your focus to your current state of mind, which should be calm and focused. That is the whole point of doing a prayer, not just to fulfill our wishes. God is not sitting there to grant everything you ask, isn't it? So, anyways, let's move on. I would also like to share some personal insights from my life. I'll be very honest here. So, I had moments where silence almost killed me inside, but every time I opened up, even if it was just speaking my thoughts into mic, the heaviness lifted. And I felt that many times. That's completely fine. It helps in some way or another. It's not something to be worried about. I mean, we have to worry about in some way, but come on, we have to let things out too. Something that enters our heart or mind needs to also exit at some point. So talking doesn't erase the problem, but it will changes how we carry it, and the difference can be life saving. Most men go through this process of hurt, pain, all this resilience, all these things, and they just hold on to themselves for a very very long period of time. And you know what happens after certain point of time? We all heard it in the news here and there. So and so young guy died with a heart attack. So and so young guy went through a person's loss and lost his life. Especially all these things happens to men because most of the people doesn't care about men's feelings, and they think it's weakness. I don't know how and when this happened, but most people think that way. And I strongly don't think it's not about men or women or any other genders. It's all about you being a human being in the first place. So, irrespective of gender or whatnot, you have to respect yourself, and no one is coming, guys. You have to take the first step. I know the world can be very cruel sometimes, that especially towards men it's gonna be very 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 cruel, and even our own people gonna dismiss your feelings. I know that. So in order for anyone who doesn't have any support system or anything, just follow my advices. It will definitely help you in one way or another. There are so many free advices also there, what I said in this episode. So it will definitely help you. But while doing it, do not sugarcoat yourself. All right, be the truest and rawest form of yourself, so that is gonna help you in so many ways that you cannot even imagine this is possible. And for most people, these things will definitely help you to get out of the situation. But if you go into some things like, especially like military people or security, all these people, they go through hell of a trauma that we cannot even imagine. And for them, I don't think it really works. They literally needs a therapist, because the things they went through and all these things are way way different from average human beings. They literally lost their lives or amputated or got shot. We never know. So their traumas are very very different. Don't compare yourself. Or if you want to feel it much easier, just think about like people who are laying lives for your country. And when you compare with them, your trauma or your problem will become a little bit smaller, so that you can feel at ease at least a little bit. But trust me, if you are someone like a veteran or a military person who works in security and stuff like that, then definitely I highly 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 suggest you to get a good therapist online and talk to them, keep in touch with them, and get the suggestions from them every now and then. Definitely it will helps you in one another, so that you can slowly try to have a normal life. So yeah, I know guys, you gotta be very very kind to your fellow human being in the first place, because your colleague, your friend, or a random person on road, you never know what they are carrying. You never know, somebody might be at verge of taking their lives off. You never know, because I would like to share something. I have, we have seen this in when I was in college. I think first year or second year. We're all like, having study groups and stuff like that. And suddenly one guy just jumped out of a building from second floor. You know why? Because some professor or someone said something and he got just triggered and he jumped out of a building. And that shocked everybody. He looks normal, he speaks normal, but you know what? He's carrying that pain from way longer time for various reasons. That's why I always try to tell people, you never know what the other person is actually carrying. They might smile, they might be kind, they might be all jolly and stuff, but still, We never know. So try to be kind as much as you can. But I'm not saying kind in every situation, but at least be kind. When you notice someone is going through something, be considerate and kind as much as you can. It helps them, one way or another. You are trying to save someone's life. You never know that, but it does help that person unintentionally. You will become the lifesaver without you knowing that you are a lifesaver of that person. That's the power of kindness, guys. So try to be kind as much as you can and save a life. All right. So here is my challenge for you. Who is the one person you can talk to this week? Or what's one thought you've been holding in that you can finally put into your words? Remember, therapy isn't about weakness, it's about wisdom. And talking it out isn't about bothering others, it's about setting yourself free. Keep that in mind, guys. Never forget this. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this episode gave you something to think about, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, keep moving, keep growing, and keep building the best version of yourself. I know you can all do it. This is Dr. Mukund signing off. I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye bye. Take care.